Welcome to Malifaux's Most Wanted. This is our first video bat rep, and we're doing Seamus versus Lucius of the Guild.
We are.
And so there's a quick shot of our crews. We got the box set, plus a couple of other extras.
A lot of backs of people.
A lot of backs of people. The Lucius crew, we added a couple of Ostringers and 2 Guildhounds, and the rest is just what comes in his box. And then the really neat Seamus crew we got over here.
Tell us what comes in your box,
yeah,
Kyle.
what comes in Kyle's box.
Oh, everything comes in my box at least once. So I've got the Seamus crew. I added in a hanged right there.
Oh yeah, you zoomed in that.
And a
Now
yin.
that we care about this.
Yeah, well, you got shit way over there. I can't see any of that. It's all a bunch of random
We wouldn't
shit.
want you to walk.
Yeah, no. God forbid. We gotta take a look at that right there. All right, so Kevin didn't introduce us, but there's Kevin. There's Nick. And there's me.
Oh wow, look at that.
And we've got Cheryl. And this is Joe.
Joe doesn't play.
Joe doesn't play yet.
Boo this
Yeah.
man.
We
this
tried.
40K player.
We tried, but he made this fucking awesome
Look at this board.
this board.
Look at this board.
Yeah. So the board we're playing on,
Sparse of terrain.
yeah,
Sparse.
we want to make sure it's not terrain sparse. So we do have some of the Plastcraft in it right there. And besides that, you know, we've got some MDF terrain and just some Victorian buildings. So what was the mission?
We're doing guard the stash.
Okay, so we're doing Guard the Stash.
So the 2 stash markers are right there.
For people that aren't familiar with Guard the Stash, it is in the new Gaining Grounds.
Yep.
So we're going to be playing Gaining Grounds missions for the most part, just because they're a little bit more involved. And you know, we've gone through all the other missions before. So,
Right, so you got something new.
both of us are completely unrevealed in our schemes, so that pretty much tells us what we've got. And we will show you after. Or we will come back here after deployment. And welcome back after deployment. Kevin won deployment, and he deployed Lucius, Captain Dashel, a scribe, and it looks like both
Guild guard.
Guild Guard over there.
Ostringer behind the house over here.
Yep, doing what Ostringers do.
Lawyer on this side.
Lawyer over
Lawyer
there.
and 2 hounds. And the Ostringer, of course, in the back.
All right.
Yay, skilled Austrians.
Oh yeah, 11 models. All right, what I've got, a straight line here of Madame Sabelle and her 3, what are those, bells? I've got a hanged, yin, I've got Seamus, and the copycat killer. So it looks like turn 1, at least my plan, turn 1, move up. Seamus is probably going to do his stuff. And what do you, I mean, I know you're going to be moving into position.
Well, I'm just going to move into position to fire on you. Maybe even get some early shots off. Probably not, but
Well,
the Ostringers definitely give you a
Austrians
fair
are going to
range.
get a shut off.
yeah, definitely. I mean, he's going to out-activate me, so he'll be able to wait till I'm activated out and then plink away with Ostringers. So I will be trying to protect from that. Welcome back to the end of turn 1. Turn 1 actually did show some blood. So over here, well, Kevin, tell me what you did.
All right, well, I basically moved up most of my force along here, put down some scheme markers. I lost a lawyer in the middle, which was really disappointing to teleporting Seamus. Moved my dogs up a little bit, dropped some schemes, and got 1 vendetta point from the female Ostringer onto Madame Sabelle.
Absolutely. I moved up pretty much this entire line, did some luring shenanigans, and just moved up. Put 2 ski markers down. We don't know what those are for. Moved Yin up. Moved Seamus up. I actually back-alleyed Seamus, focused, and shot a lawyer that was right there.
I thought he was going to be safe with hard to wound
Right.
and being able to make him discard, but I mean make him negative twist.
We all know how that flintlock works.
Yep.
And I've got a hanged right there. And then way over here, we still have the copycat killer. I really couldn't find a good target for him, and he would have just been Ostringer bait, so we just left him back there. So that's the end of turn 1. Welcome back to the end of round 2. It was a rather eventful turn.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and see or tell people what you did?
Well, I moved up a little bit more, made sure I got guys within the range of the objectives, and lost a Ostringer and the Scribe, unfortunately. But I did quite a bit of damage to Seamus when he popped up in front of me.
You did. Seamus is down to,
And a half wounds, I
boom,
think.
about to half wounds.
Yep.
But he has ways to heal up, and he's got his hat still, so hopefully
have
a little
keys on.
saved. Was that?
He has fees
No,
on
he
it too.
doesn't.
Oh,
He does not. You can have fee on master.
Damn it.
Nick.
So bad at this game.
He is. So we got a dog over there on that point with Yin. We've got a big mob, Seamus, his copycat, and the Rotten Bell over there with Dashel. We've got
Lucius hiding
over there with a lawyer, 2 guards.
Mm-hmm.
And this Rotten Bell, who was able to jam 1 guard, I was not able to get the second one, unfortunately. Austringer over there. Boop. And a doggy over there.
Yep.
So going into turn 3, this is going to be the turn where we know what happens.
Yeah, initiative is important.
This is going to be huge. So we'll talk to you at the end of turn 3. Welcome back, everybody, to the end of round 3. This was a very eventful round. Kevin, why don't you tell us what you did?
Well, I basically had to run a little bit of damage control here and keep myself from getting close to his scheme markers. Moved up another dog just to be safe, and plinked at Seamus a lot more and made him do some unfortunate things that he would rather not do.
Yeah, very true. Seamus had to I used Live for Pain. And I basically sacrificed the Mad Haberdasher, who did his job.
Yeah.
But I sacrificed him after he brought the Captain Dashel down the 1 wound, the Mad Haberdasher. Seamus then Live for Pained him and healed up 4 hit points because he was down to 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then, so that's where we're at there. Besides that, Madame Sabelle charged in to Lucius there. Mm-hmm. And the whatchamacallit, the lawyer. We've got an Austringer didn't do anything, failed his horror test. Basically, the majority of my army has horror.
Yeah.
My crew has horrors. So, Yin, hanged, Sabelle, and Seamus. So it's pretty eventful. We thought that this was going to be the defining turn, and we both kind of struggled it out to just make it another turn. So now this next turn is going to be the defining turn.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you at the end of turn 4. Welcome back, everybody, to turn 4. This was the turn that things went down.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kevin, talk to me about your turn 4.
Well, basically, Lucius died, which was huge. A little bit misplay there. But Sabelle died, so I got the other point for Vendetta.
Right.
And I did not get the point for the main strat because I did not have enough models close enough. But I did manage to get Spring the Trap because Seamus made a
This
failed
was
run.
fantastic. So, when you play enough against Austringers, you learn to hate them. And when you can go for it, this was me being a ballsy little bitch.
Yeah.
Seamus was over here, so people that are trying to learn Seamus, I had a corpse token from the copycat killer there. Seamus was there. He cast Distraction, which gives no eyes on me, which allows him to do the back alley without having to worry about line of sight. He back alleyed there, shot the Austringer, hit. Got neutral flip damage.
Well, you played the red Joker to make sure that you got the hit.
I did. I did play the red Joker to make sure that hit was not going to be a negative twist, and that I could cheat to at least 6 damage, and then flip the black Joker. So, Malifaux,
and that opened up the opening for me to move in and drop a scheme. So
yep, allowed him to drop a scheme point there, and then because at this point we had equal models, at the end of the turn he was able to reveal Spring the Trap, gaining him 2 victory points. So we are currently at a tied game. A very, very brutal tied game.
Absolutely.
I have models on that point. I have a model there. He has a dog there. So he did not gain the main scenario.
Nope.
And here we are at the end of turn 5, the final turn. The mop-up round. It was, unfortunately... fortunately. So... Over here, it was bells and hang mopping that whole shebang up.
Yep.
Yin mopping that up.
Dog. Almost not. I had...
Yeah. It was actually very close. Seamus was over there, blew away that guy, dropped his corpse marker, back alleyed here.
Yep.
And game ended on turn 5. I was holding both those points.
Yep.
So Kevin, thoughts on the game?
It was a fantastic game. biggest thing is I had a critical misplay on the previous turn where he got the assassinate off, where I could have done what lackeys are for on Lucius and got him the fuck out of dodge.
Yeah.
And that would have made it a lot harder for him to pull off assassinate.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what schemes he had, and he wasn't really going for Lucius too hardcore until suddenly. And so I wasn't sure if assassinate was really in his pool or if he just wanted to remove that tool from my toolbox.
Yep.
But that was a misplay on my part. But anyway, I mean, I'm not upset about losing 6-1. I'm not losing 7-6. So.
Yeah, no, it was just an awesome game until the end, and
and that's how Malifaux just happens like that. Sometimes the game just gets just that little bit out of control for you.
Yep.
There's not much you can do about it.
Absolutely.
But it was a lot of fun. I mean, the only model I killed of his, well, actually, he killed one of his own models, and then Sabelle died due to fees from the lawyers.
Right.
But all the same, though, I was still able to score points, and I was able to put points on the board, and really, at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yep. I went into this game not knowing how the hell I was going to deal with this. Double Austriangers are absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
Where Spring the Trap runs into the problem with Spring the Trap is that you got to look at your model counts. You're not going to get that third point, or you're not going to get a bonus point unless you have equal or less mobs than the opponent. And I actually ran into an issue where, like, I was wanting to do Spring the Trap and I couldn't. I also took Spring the Trap and Assassinate, which I guess wasn't a great idea. My thought was that Seamus was going to be on the back line harassing Lucius anyway, so I could drop a scheme marker, get 2 points off of that, and then go gun for Assassinate.
Also, I'm really happy about my early investment of throwing scheme markers down on my deployment
zone
just to keep...
I was not the terror I was able to normally be because... well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say normally be. This is only the second time I ever played him. But the terror that I envisioned I could be, because, I mean, he was keeping me from being able to get to the back line with those. So, ultimately, it was 7-6. We are going to have a podcast on this game. You can read that, or you can listen to that off of Frontline Gaming or on our website, Malifaux Most Wanted. Is it Malifaux's? MalifauxMostWanted.com.
We're really good at this.
Yeah, we're really awesome. We also are going to have a write-up, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry, this was the first video. We're doing it on a phone, and
It probably blows a little bit.
yeah, I'm probably shaking my arms, and God help us. So anyway, thank you guys for watching.